Hello, collective. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. This is Divine Eye Mystic Tarot. Back with another general reading for my beautiful and handsome collective. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Hopefully, overall, the message resonates with you and or is helpful. Or you just get in it for the vibe, your choice. Strictly up to you. It's for entertainment purposes only, so listen. Any sign can be of significance. Take it how it resonates. It could be a placement in your chart. Gender is also fluid over here. So if I'm talking about a she, I could also be talking about a he. Don't make something fit that doesn't, okay? Thank you all for your likes, your shares, and your subscribes. If you have not subscribed to my channel by now, hopefully you do by the end of the read or some of the others. I'm going to go ahead and give you the rundown of what I got so far. You got somebody that is, I feel like, regretful, but also aware. I don't know if they're going through some type of awakening or doing some shadow work or something like that. For a lot of people, it's different when it comes to them, going through dark nights of the soul, because bad decisions, bad choices will always, if they get to accumulate too many times too much on a lesson that need to be learned at that particular time, or whatever needs to be learned at this point, because it's vital to a lot of us, to get the lesson. So you'll go through dark nights of the soul quite a few times, you know what I'm saying, and be shown things that may involve people you don't know in your dream state. So pay attention to your dream state and what that dream is about. Write it down. You know what I'm saying? Whether you resonate with it or not, it will come to some type of understanding for you, or your angels, your spirit team will, if you ask, give you some more clarity on that. Okay? However you ask for the clarity, be specific about what that dream consists of, what it, what you remember, what you want to know about it. All right? But this is somebody they definitely, feel as though everybody make mistakes, but I feel like as though they feel is if like you're not going to give them an opportunity to right the wrong, man or woman, and it could be several people. The first card out is please unblock me. I have a lot to say to you, man or woman. All right. Please unblock me. I have a lot to say to you. And it's clarified by the 7 of Wands and the 10 of Cups. They know you being defensive. Okay? They know that you are strong-willed. They know that you will persevere. They know that, you stand in your ground. And, this is them feeling as though what they want to talk to you about is just 10 of Cups. They want some harmony. They want to bring some type of peace. They want to have some balance, some structure. They want to have like a happy ending. You know what I'm saying? They want to talk. That's when I asked the question about, what it is that they feel like they got a lot to tell you, say to you, talk to you about. It's this 10 of Cups. It's about, bringing in some type of harmony, balancing something out, making something right. With this 7 of Wands, like they standing up for what they know to be right, or this is you. Leo energy. You got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio out here with this 10 of Cups, and you got the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. Pisces energy. So, I mean, whoever this is, they, could be using their thinking cap, like they using their intuition, or they see now what they didn't see then. But they feel as though like you being defensive. You know what I'm saying? They know you got your guard up, and at this point, it's like you protecting, your peace. You protecting, or this is them, Take a how it resonates. Next card, you got misses your friendship, no take backs. And you got don't trust you because I don't trust easy either. Came out in reverse. So apparently you and this person, may have, had some issues in the past with other people, when it came to y'all trust. And neither one of you may have been people that trust easily. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of us, myself included, I look at, people's actions. I don't just listen to what they say. You know what I'm saying? Because they can mimic shit all the time, but your actions will always tell on you in a good or bad way. It's up to that person. So they can say, I'm going to teach you how to drive, but if they never make the opportunity, if a month turn into 2 months, if 2 months turn into a year, you can't depend on what that person has to say. They word ain't they bond. You know what I'm saying? That's not something they stand on. They don't find their word to be important. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to a time when your money don't matter and you don't have it, then all you got is what comes out of your mouth. So if what comes out of your mouth a lot of times is not something somebody can stand on, back you on, and say, well, shit, if they said it, they gonna do it. If can't nobody say that you one of them people, and there's some things that you didn't come through on, whether you mentioned it, whether you told some other people, one of the two, and you didn't come through for whatever reason, because people, life, it be life in the fuck out of people sometimes. And sometimes the things you brought up, was ahead of whatever you didn't see coming. But it's about you balancing out your priorities and keeping that in mind, what you said. And if you can't, keep your word on something, don't even bring it up. Don't even let it come out your mouth. Don't utter it to anybody. It's like your manifestations. Don't utter it to anybody. Okay? It's something that you surprise yourself with and decide, when that moment presents itself, will you take that opportunity to fulfill something that you told somebody you would do, even if it was a month ago? But to let them know I didn't forget. You get what I'm saying? But if you told somebody, even if it's a child, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to take you here. We're going to go there. You can keep pushing the date back, but the action of never doing it is still going to reign true. That's going to be it. But trust is something that, is gotta flow between two people, or from one person or one thing to the next. And if that harmony is not balanced, if it's not in place, if it's off balance somewhere because somebody is dealing with something that they got something going on they won't work on, then it's just going to be a problem when they move on to the next person, next job, next community, next whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be another moment where you're going to, have to decide, what you think is best. Whether you trust that offer, whether you trust that person, whether you trust these people or not. It's like that. But they don't trust either. They don't trust easily either. You know what I'm saying? They didn't trust you, but they don't trust easy. You don't trust them, but you don't trust easily. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, somebody didn't trust another person, and I feel like it's, in the past, this person didn't trust you. And I'm gonna give you another example. If you look a certain way, if you very attractive, or you somebody they feel like, other people will be drawn to you, just take it how it resonates. This may not, this may be for some, it may be for somebody in particular, but it's the example I'm being given. If you look a certain way, you very handsome, very attractive, you know what I'm saying, to whoever these people is in your life, on your path, the people you run into, whoever finds you attractive, very attractive, very handsome. That person may have trust issues because they like what they like, but when they get those kind of people, when they attract them kind of people, or those kind of people come towards them, they accept, they welcome it, but not without trust. They don't trust it. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's not, because some people do want, a nice looking person inside and out. But that nice looking person, it has to be somebody that they are prepared to love and appreciate and protect and enjoy all in one time. You know what I'm saying? Because they looks can make another person feel challenged. and they feel like if it's more than one person in the world that wants you, I don't trust that I'm gonna be the person that end up with you, versus them. So it's kind of like they self sabotage the connection, or they'll sabotage the trust between you and them because they are aware that more than one person is interested in you, whether you giving them person attention or not. So take the example, how it resonates. You know what I'm saying? That's the trust that this person, may not have had and fumbled you, or the trust that you may not have had and you fumbled this person. Okay? So take it how it resonates. But like I said, you got the high priestess at the bottom of the deck with the 8 of cups, and the moon in reverse with the 9 of pentacles. So like somebody sees, now they know that you are this high priestess, or this is them. They know you to be somebody intuitive. They know that you know. They know that you are very, tapped in. They know you to be, somebody that's really aware. You know what I'm saying? That's awakened. They can't, pull the wool over your eyes. They can't, and whatever 8 of cups, this person, whatever they felt like, they did to try to, get through to you, or whatever it was they felt like they did to try to express something, and they, or wherever they are, may have felt like they did all they can do, or you may have felt like you did all you could do. You know what I'm saying? Who you said you were, through and through with this person, and they may have left you no other choice but the 8 of cups, a situation. You know what I'm saying? And just walk away and let it go. But they gaining some clarity now with the moon in reverse. When it comes to the truth, as to what it was or whatever it is that they felt like, was getting in the way of them feeling like it was something else, or something it wasn't seeing. Because when the moon is in the upright, it's like, something being hidden. You know what I'm saying? That they don't know. Like it's could be, an illusion, a delusion, delusional thoughts or thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And it could be brought on by other people. It could be, other people, meaning people in their life that, actually did, play them, run circles around them, or somebody they played and they just, don't trust other people because they don't want to have to run into their karma. Because some people do, have trust issues, outside of themselves because of the shit that they done did. And it's, that karma that they don't want to come back around when they with somebody they really care about, and that person do them the way they did somebody else, or the feeling of that person doing it, haunting them, that it's going to come back around to them when they least expect it, and when it's somebody they really care about. I remember telling my brother that one time, because he just was, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere. And it was just like, at some point, you gotta stop juggling. You know what I'm saying? Make a decision. And don't let the mindset that you have cause you to be with somebody that is on the same page as you. Because you're in alignment with people that is not seeing, what you got going on. And the minute you run into somebody that do, they're not going to tell you they see what you're doing. They're going to show you they know what you're doing by breaking your heart and rubbing in your face what you thought they didn't know. And if they're not rubbing it in your face, and if they don't rub it in your face, they definitely going to make it aware to you when they gone that they knew. And them being gone is going to hurt even more. So, that could be for somebody too. You know what I'm saying? So, but you got Leo out here with the 7 of Wands, and you got the 10 of Cups out here, Cancer energy. But somebody's missing your friendship. No take back. Clarify, misses your friendship. No take backs, clarify. Who's this misses your friendship? So for some of you, you got, maybe a lover situation. You got the Star Aquarius energy with the Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Somebody misses your energy, Star. Somebody's name could be Star, Aquarius. Somebody's missing your friendship, but ain't no take backs. You got some people in this situation. It's a lover, and it could be a friend too. So take it how it resonates, because some of you got more than just one person, in your energy that is missing, the connection or the involvement they had with you. Whether it was genuine, whether they were frenemies, whether they were friends of a friend, they just knew of you, and you were around them. You just, didn't meet, you met them through other people or something like that. But the point is, your energy is missed. Your energy is missed. I feel like what people are missing is your energy. They missing your light. They missing, you know what I'm saying, the harmony, the balance, the, you know what I'm saying, the vibe that you bring. Even if you just sitting in a room with people and ain't doing nothing, you just to yourself. But the minute you interact, the fact that your light is present, the fact that you're present, and you are in attendance, is enough for some people, you know what I'm saying, to just, be in the moment because you're there. Don't mean they like you. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people just want you around to be able, or want you in the room, or want you present so you can see what they got going on. And half the time, the shit they have going on, you see all through it, and it ain't worth being present for. You see shit they don't even see. But you don't say anything. You know what I'm saying? Got the Ace of Wands. The Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and the Page of Swords. Yeah. Because these people you done left behind. Like, these are people, that were haste and very impatient. Easily to manipulate. You know what I'm saying? And even if it's a lover, this was somebody that was, easily, swayed. You know what I'm saying? And very impulsive. So it didn't really take much for somebody to be triggered by, something going on with you, whether it's you getting more attention than them, or whether, you got more people that want to be around you. Really, you want to be around a lot of people at all. This is Aquarius energy, big Aquarius energy. This is like somebody that actually, don't mind being around people, but at the same time, it's like you gonna, kill over because, they don't want to be around you, or you didn't go to the party with them, or didn't get invited. Like, you don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. But you got some people that'll make it seem as though talking about it and posting about it will be so much of a flex that you'll wish you came. And you'll be looking at the damn photos, or, you'll hear to talk about it, and it's like, shit, I could have threw a better party by myself. You know what I'm saying? And still dealt with less bullshit. So what's the pictures for? You know what I'm saying? Do what you do. If you had a good time, post it. Shit, But sometimes at this point, this is like somebody missing your energy. They missing, your presence. But it's more of your energy. And this is, somebody possibly, wanting you to return. But it ain't no take backs. You know what I'm saying? Somebody was too impulsive, to think, you know what I'm saying, that the things that they were putting out, you know what I'm saying, how they were moving, and whatever made them move the way they did, whether this is, somebody younger than you, or they immature, very immature, you know what I'm saying, and now, the luck that they once had, or the goodwill, or the good fortune they used to have being around you, they don't have that shit no more. They don't have it no more. Now they, dealing with delays. They're dealing with obstacles. They're dealing with, setbacks, misfortune, some things that they thought, at one time that was, they was winning at one time. They felt more like a winner. Even if they didn't have, a come up with you being around them, they felt like a winner, not no more. Pulls your energy back from this person. Your protection, all that stuff, pulled it back from people. And now it's got somebody curious, you know what I'm saying, with the Page of Swords and the Ace of, the Fool. Hell yeah, like somebody curious. They don't know, where you at, how you doing. They don't know what you got going on. They don't know if you in the same place, if you work in the same place. You got the same car. Do you, are you still over here? Do you still think about, what you working on? Like, what you doing? Who you talking to now? where you meet them at. It's stuff like that. A lot of curiosity questions. A lot of people want to know what you're working on, but it ain't no take backs. This is your friendship. Give me some more on this. This is your friendship. No take backs. Give me some more on this person missing your friendship. Who's just missing your friendship? Why are they missing your friendship? Yeah, that's too Why are they missing your friendship? Why are they missing your friendship? Why? Got the King of Pentacles in reverse. Could be a Leo dealing with a Virgo or something like that, or Leo could have Earth in their chart. You got the Death in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So somebody definitely feeling some type of, failure right now. Like they could not be doing so well, like I said, materialistic. This could have been somebody obsessed with their status and shit like that. Could have been flashy, could have had a little something, you know what I'm saying? Or they, just real possessive. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could have been, very possessive in the past. And you got to be mindful of people like this, because sometimes people could be cool with you and they feel like you the only person they the only person you need to be cool with. Got the Death in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Like somebody could have been resisting change. You could have been looking at somebody that's, not wanting to start over. Like somebody don't want, was afraid of like how something would feel if they started anew. Like if they, went in another direction with you. Like new beginnings, you know what I'm saying? And these are people that some of them don't even know, moving forward if the friendships they, already in is worth being in, because it's like being around people, but the one person that you wanted to remain is gone. Like they may have other associates, they may have other people, to talk to and maybe, share a conversation or two with and follow, or whatever the case may be. Like they may still have some people around, but it ain't who they want. It ain't who they want. And it's like the one that they want and the person that they had in a mix. Getting that song by Barry White. Something in your mix. Can I put me in your mix? I think that's what it's called. Put me in your mix by Barry White. But yeah, somebody want to be in your mix. But this is somebody King of Pentacles. This could have been somebody that had a little status back in the, back in the day. But now, or they were dealing with the fact that they were obsessed, with their materialistic, mindset. Like they had people they were trying to impress, people they weren't trying to show off to, or they were, in their masculine, could be a female in their masculine energy. You know what I'm saying? That being around you, they wanted to flex because you look like somebody that already got it. You already a star. Like you show up, the way you show up, the way you present yourself, the way you carry yourself, made somebody feel as though almost like they're in competition with you. But it's like them wanting to have that same attention you get with this star right here. It's like somebody want to be where you are. You know what I'm saying? I want to, be elevated. I want to be there. I want to be, I want to be in that light that you in. And I feel like somebody thought being around you, did that for them. And some folks, you know what I'm talking about. Like when you be around somebody that get a lot of hype and just say, somebody that you didn't know followed you and boom, you on your live and they end up calling you while you on your live. And it's somebody that most people, would have never imagined. You look up and it's somebody you least expect. You know what I'm saying? It could be an artist. It could be, a comedian. It could be somebody well known online, doing what they do. They could post content or something like that, but boom, they hit you up on your live like, hey, I like what you do. I be following you. I like some of your stuff. blah, blah, blah. But you, in a daze, you shocked because you didn't even know that person, followed you or even felt the way they was, feeling. You know what I'm saying? For them to show up like that. It's like that. But the way your page may pick up and your content may take off because of that person even more. Not that it wasn't already where it needed to be at, but it, just that person giving you that recognition. You got to be mindful of, sometimes how people will pull on your coattail just to be part of where they think you might end up or where they see you going. Because even when you don't believe in yourself, somebody else do. They just keep it to themselves and try to stay around you as much as they can, so that they can be part of whatever it is that you, do get into or come into. You know what I'm saying? But could be a Leo. They could have Virgo in their chart. Like I said, dealing with a air sign, Aquarius. Clarify the King of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, but you got the Death in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Somebody, their heart chakra was closed. Somebody was definitely just leaning on possibly their ego or something like that, or just looking at, their pride, their ego being something that, made them, who they were, and they were making decisions based off of that. You know what I'm saying? How people came towards them. Clarify the King of Pentacles in reverse. Clarify the King of Pentacles in reverse. This is your friendship. What's the King of Pentacles in reverse? You got the Justice, Libra energy, with the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So somebody, feeling like they want to come in and take some type of accountability, or they going through some type of, like I said, dark night of the soul. They could be going through a spiritual awakening, when it comes to them taking accountability, and they could be getting their karma. Because I feel like when it comes to somebody actually seeing something for what it is, even if they don't do it with you, because their heart chakra activated, their heart is open now. But I feel like, this is only coming at a time where somebody has had to, be humbled, whether by your spirit team, their spirit team, their ancestors. You know what I'm saying? Because now somebody now is looking at the clarity about the cause and effect, like the things that they may have not done and could have did more of, or should have said, or should have done, or should have been more focused on all that stuff that they contributed to and didn't do anything about, didn't do their part in. And now they're looking at, the possibility of them probably doing it, but not being able to do it at a time where they can show you and give you, you know what I'm saying, show you what they working on or what the turnout is or how they ended up. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like when you pass one grade and you go to the next, that teacher may still remember her old students for a while and have to get used to new names and stuff like that now. But they, still have to go on. It's like that. They wish you well and they, want you to keep moving forward. But, it's like that. It's like somebody knowing they got some clarity now. And I feel like this is your justice in a situation where somebody now is having to, look at themselves, or they having to come to this realization without you of what something is like without you. You know what I'm saying? Especially when somebody thought it was them when it was you the whole time. It was you the whole time. You got the Page of Cups. Shit, Spirit said that's the truth. And you got the Page of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Hierophant, Six of Swords in reverse. So you got a lot of things that this person done had to come to some type of realization about. But it's mainly the root of the problems that they end up having, or that they see and surface now again, because they resisted change. They were not looking at the things that they contributed to in any connection, whether they was a lover, whether y'all were friends first and, got to another level and they got stagnant or something like that. And this person just had a downpour of people, in their ear saying this, talking like that, and keeping their head, in the clouds, so where they don't know what direction to go in. And that's their own fault. But as a high priestess, I feel like, you have to be elevated enough, to maintain the gifts you have, your discernment, your intuition, so that you can make better choices. If not, you know what I'm saying, you're going to get some things wrong, but that's part of the lesson. But there's some fairness here. There's some clarity, clarity being, some clarity being restored. Some truth, you know what I'm saying, that's coming out. But this is, your justice. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Like I said, this is in Libra. But, yeah. Transparency. Like, you got to take accountability. You know what I'm saying? And some people don't want to because that means they got to take responsibility. Can't have one without the other. You know what I'm saying? But this is about being fair. This Page of Cups and this Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands, like somebody wants something new. They want to start over. This is somebody, Cancer energy. They could want to express something to you. They could want to tell you what they're working on. You could be working on something that you're keeping close to your chest. But, I mean, it's, some type of creative idea. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody trying to be creative about how they come back around and say what they need to say, express something, with this cup. And tell you what it is that, they've been feeling or how something has been for the longest time. Because I feel like when it comes to whatever future thoughts or emotions they have, moving forward, it's like somebody has some kind of creative, project or idea or emotions, that they want to see flow through things moving forward with this Page of Cups. And this is like somebody, possibly having something they want to tell you that they never told you. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to say it's a love bomb, but I do feel like it's somebody that feels as though they need to be creative about what they're doing, or the offer has to be worth it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever is in this cup, it's got to be worth, your time. Because I feel like, at some point, this person is afraid that, whatever they may say or whatever they done got to in life, or whatever ascension they done got to, like, that may be, where they need to be at, with or without you. But I feel like this person, is afraid that, them telling you this is not going to get them anywhere. What's the King of Pentacles in reverse with the Justice? What's the King of Pentacles in reverse with the Justice? And then we're going to move on to this trust issue. What's the King of Pentacles in reverse with the Justice? Clarify. Yeah, you got the Eight of Swords with the Four of Cups in reverse. Yeah, somebody want to take some action, like they, thinking of like some new ideas, a new approach, new goals. But I feel like, they feel like they blocked. Eight of Swords, like somebody, or they could feel as though like you got them cut off because of, the bad memories, the bad communication, you know what I'm saying? The lack of communication, the negative, memories and stuff like that, the negative thoughts that somebody's having that is what they left with. It's like somebody left you with, or they left you, or you left somebody with some negative thoughts that now they feel like they trapped, they stuck, you know what I'm saying, with possibly you not taking it back because of what you remember, like you, like not forgetting what somebody said or what they didn't say, the actions they didn't take, in a timely fashion or something like that. So now it's like somebody feels as though they got to take some action. Like somebody want a breakthrough, you know what I'm saying? They want to, kind of find a new way, a new approach, you know what I'm saying? A new direction to go in. Because they feeling they dealing with a lot of regret, a lot of self-guilt. They could be putting themselves down, because of how they did you or how they see something now, especially when they come in, facing, the facts. Yeah. And you could be, hard on yourself too. You could be dealing, being an inner critic of yourself, or this person is. Leo energy, somebody feels as though like they, Libra, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So a water sign could be dealing with an air sign. Could have earth in their chart, fire in the chart. Because somebody really wants to work something out, but I feel like whatever was said and whatever, caused, someone to not have that communication they once had, or that action that you know what I'm saying, that they had that access to you to talk. Like somebody is blocked probably from the things that you know what I'm saying, kind of put themselves in a bad situation to where whatever they left you with is thoughts and memories that you don't want to have to deal with, or don't want to, you don't want to deal with it. I feel like somebody they know you don't want to talk to them. Like you could have this person blocked, but they want you to unblock them. They got a lot they want to say, even if you don't take them back. You know what I'm saying? They just feel like, they need to break the ice. They need to come through. You know what I'm saying? And it's, with this Four of Cups in reverse, it's a lot of passion, but it's also, somebody feeling as though like they need to find a new way, to show themselves than what they did in the past. In the past, they could have been a Four of Cups in the upright, where, they may have been doing what they did with other people. They may have been listening to other people, telling them to go this route, do that. If they do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of thinking for themselves and knowing deep down when they was doing this shit that, okay, if I keep doing, I see this person getting a little agitated with this shit, man. That person ain't Stephanie. You probably say that shit to Stephanie. I can't say that shit to, Kenya, because Kenya ain't doing the same thing you said Stephanie did. Kenya giving me them vibes in my stomach, like I feel like I'm finna lose this person. Oh man, it's gonna feel like that, man. But I promise, man, if it ain't for you, it's gonna blah blah blah. Now this person Four of Cups in reverse. Like, damn, I need to find a new approach, because this shit I was doing before, sent the wrong damn message. You know what I'm saying? I may have been able to do that, with other people and listening to other folks telling me to do this and do that, but that shit ain't working. And playing that shit the way somebody told me to play it didn't work. Now I'm stuck with that person that I want to go back to, knowing that I played them like that. I went that route, whether it was my idea or somebody else's. You know what I'm saying? Whether this was your idea or somebody else's idea that they gave you. You know what I'm saying? But Eight of Swords, like somebody feel as though like they stuck in their head. They could be, in jail. You know what I'm saying? They could be, you know what I'm saying? That's in their mind because of the thoughts that they having. But, they dealing with a dilemma now. Don't trust you because I don't trust either. Trust easily either. Who is this? You got the Five of Cups in reverse. Scorpio with the Four of Pentacles in reverse now. 54 could be of significance. 58 could be of significance as well. Somebody could be born in 85, 84. But yeah, you got the Five of Cups in reverse. Yeah, somebody wants they want to be accepted. Like this is, somebody that feels as though, they're going to have to accept the way something is. Or somebody's recovering, like, wanting to bring some type of peace to a situation with this Five of Cups in reverse, but and with this Four of Pentacles in reverse as well. Like this is somebody that's, releasing a fear of the unknown, of change. But it's giving you, somebody that, at one time may have had a one-way one track mind, like they had a certain way that they believed something to be, and they were gonna work that belief till they couldn't work it no damn more. You know what I'm saying? And it was only because they were using that mindset, that stubbornness to control, how they are involved with you, how they, interact with you, how they, whoever this is, like they were using a one way of thinking and being. You know what I'm saying? They could have breadcrumbed, they could have held back. They really, all the emotions, and they just gave you a little bit of themselves, or how they felt. They showed you a little snippet here and there, or how they felt about you, but they didn't want to give it up completely. And we do God, like we do the Most High God like that too. You know what I'm saying? Don't hold no man and don't hold no woman. You know what I'm saying? On this earthly plane, don't keep your foot on their neck, that much. Because we do the Most High God the same damn way before we got where we at. Before we awakened and understand and see things the way we see it now. We gave the Most High God, we gave our Heavenly Father and Mother a run for their damn coins. Do you hear me? Because ain't all the shit that we had to get through and end up being involved in to get where we at right now, to be obedient now, to listen to, to listen to word, to listen to our downloads, and not be up here thinking, we got time, I'm going to just do this for now. I should have did this then, could have did that then. But we knowing now what we got to do now. If it come to mind now, we need to work on it now. Can't do what we did then because it's a lot at stake. You know what I'm saying? And it's a setback for us if we do that. We ain't hurt nobody but ourselves. To keep putting our, healing and our awareness and our accountability and our self-respect and self-love. We ain't hurt nobody but ourselves to keep putting that shit off to doing it some other damn time. We setting ourselves back. We can't blame other people, for too much of, what we in control of our damn self. That we responsible for. You know what I'm saying? And this person now, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, like somebody feel like they're going to have to, accept, where something is. And move forward. You know what I'm saying? And release the need to control the outcome with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Capricorn energy, because they watching you. Queen of Wands, they watching you. They still see you as somebody very attractive. They follow you, possibly on some type of platform, or they watch you wherever you work at or stay at. They still find you to be a very attractive, very determined, in this leadership role. Like they see you as that, and they know that they got some, they want to move forward with the Chariot. You could be in a divine union with this person as well, just looking at the bottom of the deck. Because this person, didn't feel like, they were where they needed to be at financially. They may be late on their journey, on their path and they calling, but they know they can't use, that one track mind, that stubbornness, they have to let that go. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that trust is the reason why, they didn't have it right away. You didn't have it right away. Clarify the Five of Cups in reverse. But they haven't, to recover from them things, work on them things that caused this. Got the Page of Pentacles. See what I'm saying? Like this person knows, they may not have much, but they are who they say they are. Or you are who you say you are. You're very goal-oriented, very faithful, very trustworthy, dependable. You know what I'm saying? Somebody reliable. Faithful. You could be younger than this person. They want some type of compromise. They know they got addictions. They know they, got some, things going on with them that is not, healthy, to be having in a connection with somebody that, knows what they want, regardless of what it is you drive or what you do or don't have, in your bank account. You still who you say you are. I don't know why people think just because somebody don't have a car, they're not a faithful person. They don't, or they don't have, they don't have the best paying job, and people tell that person, oh shit, you shouldn't be with that person. They work where? Oh shit, I wouldn't vote with nobody working right there. You know what I'm saying? What can they do for you? That person ain't working to be with somebody. They're working to take care of themselves. They're working to have something in their own pocket. Who buying their partner? You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of dudes now is saying how dudes don't want to take a motherfucker out because, oh man, they want somebody to spend some money on them. All because they know how to put themselves together and they look like $1,000,000. They probably only spend $80 on the whole look because they put themselves together. Or they spend $100 on the whole everything you see. But because you see them the way they present themselves, you feel like you got to break the bank, on this person before you even get to know them. So you decide I'm gonna talk to somebody living in a less, desirable place, or they don't have all of what they need. So, and I remember I'm saying this because somebody proved it, that they'll rather choose somebody that is, don't have this, or, they barely got that, you know what I'm saying, but they taking care of themselves. They'll choose somebody like that because they can go take them anywhere to eat and they'll accept it. They ain't gonna be picky. You know what I'm saying? Let's go here. Okay. But if it's somebody that can pay for their own food and they've been doing it, and with or without a car, with or without being at that nice paying job, they feel like that person should have if they're gonna talk to you. That person still can go eat wherever they want to eat at and work at Wendy's. That's them. But you will never know that because somebody telling you because they work at Wendy's, you shouldn't fuck with them. Or they telling you because this person working over here, in a shoe factory, you shouldn't fuck with them. They ain't making no kind of money. They probably always at work anyway. You could just take them something to eat for lunch. You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised how folks will, dumb you down to a point, where they feel like they can afford to talk to you and then be mad because, you don't want that and you want something else, or you can, you know what I'm saying, you reject that offer, or you speak up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, it's like somebody knows that coming back around to you after having some trust issues and stuff like that, they still see you as somebody faithful. They still see you as somebody that's goal oriented. Okay? You know what you want. You putting your efforts and your energy and your pinnacles, your mindset towards what you want. And you're going to stay on top of that. You're going to keep moving forward with that, with or without this person. So if they don't trust you, being the short and beautiful, or the tall and muscular person that you are, and got a head strong, you may not have a whole lot of coins, but shit, you are, somebody worthy to be loved, regardless. And you a faithful person. You goal oriented. You got your shit together. Your head is on straight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you think, like somebody that wants something and got morals and got values and shit like that. But that's something that this person is, wanting to, turn over a new leaf and do something different now, and make a new approach to come towards you. Because the trust was an issue, but they don't trust easily either. And this person, at one time they, looked at 5 of Cups in the upright. They looked at a lot of things that they wanted to turn out right. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't. But they going to have to accept, those are failed connections. You know what I'm saying? I failed the collective. But I'm going to have to, move on, and I'm going to have to, come towards, go toward whatever it is with more passion. And show that, you know what I'm saying? They could want to compromise with you, you know what I'm saying, with the 5 of Wands at the bottom of the deck, Leo energy. They could want to compromise. They could not, want to, stay stuck on that stubborn, way of thinking. But they want to resolve whatever this dispute is. Whatever the trust is, they want to resolve it. They want to take the necessary action, to correct it, or be able to, start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to whatever these toxic connections that they've been in, or the toxicity that they brought to a connection. You know what I'm saying? That had nothing to do with you. Yeah. They could have felt like you, was overly critical, or somebody they was with, or somebody, they was with before you, was just overly critical about, other people's, boundaries, and how other people, handle themselves, or how other people carry themselves. You know what I'm saying? But you got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio out here with the 5 of Cups, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, with the Page of Pentacles. Clarify, give me one more on this Five of Cups in reverse. Give me one more on this Five of Cups in reverse. Yeah, the world. That could be traveling towards you now. Somebody want to, close one cycle and start something new. You know what I'm saying? They see you as fulfillment. They may be traveling towards you, could live at a distance with this person. Got the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Cancer energy with the Two of Cups. Yeah, somebody could want to celebrate something with you. But I feel like, somebody wants to end out, a cycle to start something new. The world talks about, out with the old and in with the new. You could be traveling. This person could be looking at, you could live at a distance from this person. The distance may have been the issue where they didn't trust you or you didn't trust them in the past because of the distance or something like that. But you were somebody that was faithful, or this was them. Like I said, you got the Two of Cups. You got the Hangman in reverse, the Temperance in reverse. So somebody want to, have some type of partnership, or, they see you, choosing yourself, you know what I'm saying, self-love. Two of Cups also talks about, self-love, choosing yourself in a situation, even if, the person you want don't want you back. You know what I'm saying? But you have to move on, and do it in love. Cause I know I do shit. I'm not mad at nobody I had to walk away from or want any of them that feel like they walked away from me, because you got to let them have that. You know what I'm saying? They be wanting to, I walk away. It don't matter. As long as we, long as we gone, okay? As long as it's over, go on. You know what I'm saying? Because some folks want to be, they feel like they need to be on top because by them saying they walked away from you, okay, if it makes you feel better, whatever floats your boat, you walked away from me, okay, all right, goodbye. That's it, that's all. That's it, let's leave it at that. But you got some folks, that, walking off, you know what I'm saying, and going in another direction, choosing another path, is not out of, anger, because anything done out of anger will return. You know what I'm saying? It will return back to you. So, but you do something out of love, I release people, even friends, frenemies. I release their ass in love because I want them to, get the experience and the lesson somewhere down the road if it's meant for them to get it. Because sometimes their ass is the lesson. They are the dark entity that they are one or some of the dark entities you will run into that is going to lower your vibration if you feed into the bullshit. So dark entities ain't gonna go nowhere. Dark hearted, dark souls, they ain't going nowhere. They here for us to ascend. They here to be, the one thing that challenges us, the one person, that challenges us to, master ourselves when it comes to them, so that we don't end up like that. And we can always choose those dark entities at some point. They can always choose, the Most High God and come out of that darkness. But some folks, got to pay their dues when they go toward the darkness. They go choose that dark way of being and shit like that. You got to pay up. Because the devil will make something convincing. The enemy always makes something, worth your while. Always. Shit, people still striving to be, at the top of the pyramid now, if you know what I mean. Some people still striving. They will do whatever it takes. The most gruesome shit ever. They'll do whatever it takes now. Things they didn't think they'll see themselves doing. And you hearing about it all the time with folks that you saw from one, moment in their life to the next. But they trying to get to the top. That's where they wanted to be. But when you realizing what's laid out for you to do, you start to rethink that shit, but you too far into it now to stop now. And some people just won't choose God for that reason. They won't choose the Most High God. They'll choose a God, but not the Most High God. There's many gods. Okay? They could want to travel towards you, just, come, into this union with you, this connection with you, but they know they're going to have to, make sure that they bring to your attention what it is that they accountability is covering, because somebody did something out of impulse and they, let things that, they went through before you and the things that they could go through with you, they let that trigger them, or you let that trigger you. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like your strong will is what is making somebody kind of, I would say paranoid, but it's kind of giving them, some defense, guard up vibes. You know what I'm saying? But this block situation, probably 7 of Wands, I feel like some of y'all ain't got this person blocked. I feel like it's the last time they talked to you or last time they tried to reach out to you, they were blocked. Yeah, you got the 5 of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups in reverse, and the 10 of Wands. Yeah. Somebody want to come in at the cold with this 5 of Pentacles. They could be going through some financial loss, could be going through karma. When it came to them, this Ace of Cups in reverse, not having, this clear, consciousness. You know what I'm saying? I feel like somebody, may have, been playing with a crown or something like that. Like somebody may have been doing like some crown chakra shit, or like fucking with a, intuition. Like, so I don't know if somebody did some crown magic or something like that, or some type of divination that like got in the way of somebody seeing something clearly. Because I feel like somebody's way of looking at how they receive, like, it's like a missed opportunity, but I feel like it's got a lot to do with somebody's emotional disappointment and detachment. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like somebody at one time, knows that they left somebody out in the cold that possibly now is like not looking to start over with them. You know what I'm saying? With this Ace of Cups in reverse. Like somebody had they left somebody out in the cold, or whoever this is left you out in the cold. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Like somebody left somebody out in the cold. But I feel like it got a lot to do with the fact that somebody, was confused, as to like how something would go, or what somebody wanted. You know what I'm saying? Or, somebody like sending mixed signals. Because it's giving somebody like, ending something with somebody that they, I left somebody, it's like somebody saying, I left somebody out in the cold that I shouldn't have. Because I was confused about my feelings. I was confused about, what was being shown to me. Like if somebody was taking more than they were giving, yeah, somebody was taking more than they were giving. And they, may have, looked at a lot of responsibility, being burdened, weighed down, with a lot of responsibility now that they got to take for the things that they, did not look at first, when it came to this situation. Like, I feel like the reason why they blocked, they having to deal with that, why they going through what they going through. And I feel like you got your guard up, or they got their guard up. Somebody got their guard up due to the fact that, somebody may have walked away from a person, or somebody walked away from another person at a time where they felt, that somebody was not feeling them or something like that. Like, I feel like somebody may have made you feel as though like they didn't know what they want, being indecisive, you know what I'm saying, about their emotions, or who to feel what for, you know what I'm saying. And I feel like somebody may have chosen another person over you, or maybe, they got swept up, in a lot of the other things that was weighing them down with this 10 of Wands. I feel like they may have had a lot of responsibility, or they felt like they would have a lot of responsibility on them. But I feel like they also looking at, what they got to be responsible for when it comes to what they brought on. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they walked away, or you walked away from this person at a time where they felt more like a burden on you. You know what I'm saying? To keep doing or being who you were to this person at a time where they were not seeing you as somebody that was rare, or seeing you as somebody that was genuine. Like, not penalizing you for something they went through with other people, or the way they saw relationships, love, or, friendship, you know what I'm saying, with you. Like, somebody, how folks is when they feel like they done been involved with folks that they found out didn't really fuck with them for real, and they end up being that person. Some folks end up letting things like that change them into the very people or person that did them that way, or, handled them like that, mishandled them. And somebody weighed down and, burdened right now. This could be you. You could be dealing with a lot of responsibility right now. You could have a lot going on. Could be sorting a lot of things out, or this is what they doing, but you got the moon in the bottom of the deck in reverse with the 6 of Cups and the Hermit. Yeah. And I feel like a lot that whoever this is, they're going through karma. And I feel like they feel like, this, what they dealing with and what they feel weighed down by, yeah. Whatever they feel weighed down about, is adding to, the fact that they got a lot of shit on them right now. Or they did. What's this 10 of Wands? But they gaining some clarity. They getting truth about, what they felt like was an illusion, or what they felt like, they were confused about with this moon in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, like they getting some clarity as to why they were looking at something the way they were looking at something. And I feel like it got a lot to do with somebody, looking at how other people were, or how somebody in particular was with them prior to you, or somebody else they were dealing with at the time. What's this 10 of Wands about? Clarify the 10 of Wands. And we're going to close out. What's the 10 of Wands? Yeah, the Sun. Like somebody, feel like, they see you as happiness. They see you as, somebody that is, enjoyable, full of life, vibrant, but they also see you as happiness, or they see you happy. Somebody burden their way down, by that too. And whatever you got going on, and however you dealing with it, you keeping a smile on your face. I'm also getting that too. Like you keeping something, to be happy, and hopeful about. We got the 4 wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck with the 3 of Pentacles. Damn, I feel like somebody manifesting you, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Like somebody, and don't have to be. They could have, this in their chart. This fire, this air sign, water sign. Somebody could have earth in their chart. We did an earth sign dealing with a water sign. But I feel like somebody definitely is looking at how what they got going on is karma. But they got a lot to say to you, about their financial situation, or the fact that they may have been more focused on their financial situation, or they went in the direction of somebody that was maybe a lot more stable than you, or something like that, or a lot more stable than them. Shit. But I feel like somebody made the things that they had to deal with now that way because of their clouded judgment. What's the Ace of Cups in reverse by itself? Because somebody now is like somewhere that they not happy. Got the Emperor. Aries energy. What's the Ace of Cups in reverse with the Emperor? Clarify the Ace of Cups in reverse with the Emperor. 9 of Pentacles. Virgo energy with the 4 cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, somebody feels like you self-efficient, abundant, you know what I'm saying? In your own right. But I feel like whatever this person, you could be in your Emperor energy, in your masculine energy. But I feel like this is, your Emperor feeling, this is something that was maybe going on with them, not seeing something clearly. And I feel like Pinnacle wise, even if it's connected to another person, like if somebody was trying to make another person feel as though like I said, your emotions is not for sale. Somebody's, emotions for you is, you can't be buying that. You can't buy that. Like money can't buy love. You know what I'm saying? It won't buy you another opportunity. It will with the devil. It will, with the dark side of things, if that's what you want to pay somebody to do. But you can't manipulate free will and the natural order of things, spiritual law. You can't go and, go to manipulating spiritual law because you want something to work out for you, or because it didn't work out for you and it worked out for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Got to be mindful of the consequences of your actions, because karma can set your ass back in love and money, career, opportunities, just period, all across the board. So don't do it. And for those that have and they receiving karma, think back. Whatever you're dealing with now, you put somebody else through something, you open your mouth about somebody else going through it. Got to be mindful of, what I'm saying, the fairness that the Most High God, our mother, is going to make sure that is restored. The universe is going to always make sure that balance is restored. So be prepared. Do folks the way you want to be done, so the outcome will put you on the good side of karma. Some folks, you won't want the good side of karma by wanting to swap and, hijack your motherfucking soul just so they can have some type of peace in their own life, which ain't even theirs at that point. You get what I'm saying? When you know, but they want you to unblock them. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this person, to be honest, like I feel like for somebody in particular, you may not have this person blocked anymore because you then got to where you need to be at. So you're not bothered by whether this person call, text, email or not. You know what I'm saying? It's up to them to know how to handle themselves, and you know what I'm saying, man or woman. Some of you may have this person still blocked. You may have forgotten all about that shit. But they feel like they got a lot to say, but they know you're going to have your guard up because, of the fact that you may have had to walk away from this person at a time and leave them out in the cold, or this person breadcrumbs you, you know what I'm saying, and moved in a direction towards somebody else that may have, been in their ear about where they could be at, or financially being drained, if they went in your direction or some shit like that with this 10 of Wands. But either way, you happy. This person sees you as happiness, even if they were dealing with a bunch of shit and have a lot of shit on their plate, you made this person happy. You know what I'm saying? Or you dealing with what you're dealing with. You had, you know, maybe some shit going on, but you were happy. You know what I'm saying? But being self-efficient and independent is two different things. You know what I'm saying? And some folks would be so independent they don't need it. You know what I'm saying? The help. But it would be nice if you volunteered. But at the same time, if you self-efficient, meaning you can take care of, you know, the things that involves you and how the best way you know how. You know what I'm saying? And you're resourceful. You know how to look at, you know, finding help in this area, that area, you know what I'm saying, so that you can take care of your responsibility, your needs. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna end it here. Collective, let's see what's on this card. Capricorn feminine could be of significance. Got Capricorn out here. What's this one? But it's in reverse. Shapeshifter, could be dealing with a shapeshifter or somebody was shapeshifting and, you know, in the past. Somebody that passes themselves off as an animal or a totem are known for being a could be a Gemini too. I guess they so, you know, look at Geminis as being shapeshifters. Or somebody could be a shapeshifter. Like somebody could pass themselves off, you know, as somebody else, you know what I'm saying? And if you don't know how to read a person, if you don't know how to, you know, look for that, because some folks do. They'll shapeshift on you, you know what I'm saying? And they appear to be somebody that they not. But if you ain't looking at them closely, if you ain't watching, if you ain't aware, then yeah, they'll be able to pull the wool over your eyes, and before you know it, here you done been succumb to whatever it is that they dishing out. You know what I'm saying? But a Capricorn feminine could be of significance. But I'm gonna end it here, you guys. Make sure you do something nice for someone today, even if you don't know them. Make sure you hit that like, that subscribe button on your way out. This is Divine Identity Tarot. Until next time, you guys. Those of you that genuinely love me, know that I love you too. Mwah. Bye.